Selectors in Django enable efficient management of asynchronous sockets by monitoring multiple I/O events. This approach allows developers to build high-performance Python applications, handling numerous connections without blocking. By leveraging selectors, Django applications can achieve better scalability and responsiveness, crucial for modern web environments. Asynchronous sockets revolutionize modern web applications by eliminating bottlenecks from synchronous programming. They allow handling thousands of connections efficiently without excessive threads, enhancing throughput and resource utilization. This approach minimizes memory overhead, reduces latency, and scales applications horizontally, crucial for real-time performance. I/O multiplexing addresses the challenge of monitoring multiple sockets efficiently. Unlike multi-threading, which incurs memory and context switching costs, I/O multiplexing allows a single thread to manage multiple file descriptors. This approach underpins high-performance servers like Nginx and Redis, enabling scalable network applications by using the right abstraction for efficient I/O handling. The Selectors module in Python offers a high-level input-output multiplexing interface, automatically selecting the best implementation for your operating system. It abstracts platform-specific mechanisms like select, poll, epoll, Linux, and Q, Berkeley Software Distribution, macOS, into a unified application programming interface. Introduced in Python 3.4, it provides a cleaner, event-driven interface, outperforming the basic select module. Select selector is universal, but limited to 1024 file descriptors, suitable only as a fallback. Poll selector improves on this with no hard limit, but still has ON performance. epoll selector, Linux specific, offers O1 performance, ideal for high-performance servers. KQ selector, for BSD macOS, matches epoll's efficiency. Default selector optimizes by choosing the best available option. A selector manages a registry of file objects, like sockets, and the events of interest, read, write, or both. It blocks on select until events occur. Each socket can have associated data, such as a callback function, enabling tailored logic. The event loop pattern involves registering sockets, waiting for events, processing them, updating registrations, and repeating until shutdown. To implement an async socket server, create a selector instance and a non-blocking server socket. Use the selector to register the server socket for read events. Define functions to accept connections and read data. When data is received, echo it back. If no data, close the connection. This pattern efficiently handles multiple clients. To set up the server socket, create a non-blocking listening socket using socket, finet, and socket, sockstream. Bind it to localhost on port 8000 and set so reusitor for quick restarts. Register this socket with the selector for read events. This setup ensures efficient handling of multiple connections without blocking operations. The main event loop efficiently manages socket events. Using cell.select, it blocks until an event occurs, returning key, mask, tuples. Key.fileobj is the socket, key.data is the callback, and mask indicates the event type. This asynchronous pattern minimizes central processing unit usage by letting the operating system handle waiting, activating only when work is needed. Register sockets with event read to handle incoming data or new connections. Use event write when sending data, especially in high-throughput scenarios to manage backpressure. Combine event read and event write using bitwise OR for simultaneous data sending and receiving on the same connection, ensuring efficient socket communication. Django's shift to ASGI in version 3.0 marked a pivotal change, enabling asynchronous views and middleware. With Django 3.1, async views became possible, allowing integration with Python's Asyncio for real-time features like WebSockets. By Django 4.0, enhancements included an async ORM and support for background tasks, significantly boosting performance and scalability. Async views in Django enable non-blocking network I/O, allowing the server to handle other requests while waiting for external application programming interfaces. Using httpx.async client, The async version significantly improves concurrency, potentially increasing request handling from 100 to 1,000 per second under heavy load. This is crucial for building efficient, scalable applications. WebSockets enable persistent connections, ideal for asynchronous programming. In Django channels, a chat consumer class manages WebSocket connections. Upon connecting, it joins a room group using the channel layer, allowing message broadcasting. On disconnect, it leaves the group, ensuring efficient resource management. This setup supports scalable, real-time chat applications. In WebSocket message handling, the receive method processes incoming data, extracting the message and username. It then sends this data to the room group using the channel layer's group pot send method. The chat message method forwards the message to the WebSocket. Django channels event loop and channel layer enable efficient, scalable communication across server instances. Managing connection state is crucial in production applications. Use data objects to track each connection state, including buffers and authentication status. The selector's data parameter is ideal for this. When accepting a connection, initialize a connection state object to manage the address, inbound and outbound buffers, and authentication status, ensuring efficient handling of each connection. Network data often arrives in chunks, requiring buffering until a complete message is formed. Use new lines or length prefixes to define message boundaries. Extend the inbound buffer with received data and process complete messages iteratively. Handle blocking I/O error gracefully and limit buffer sizes to prevent memory exhaustion, ensuring efficient and reliable data handling. Implementing back pressure involves detecting when a socket's send buffer is full, indicated by a blocking I/O error or partial send. Switch to write mode by registering for event write. Once the socket is writable, resume sending data from the outbound buffer. After the buffer is empty, revert to read mode by registering for event read. In back pressure management, the write data function attempts to send data from the outbound buffer. If successful, it updates the buffer and switches to read mode if empty. The queue message function appends messages to the buffer and ensures the connection is in write mode, modifying the selector if necessary. This approach efficiently manages socket communication. Benchmarking selector performance is crucial for optimizing server architecture. On Linux, Basic Select handles up to 10,000 concurrent connections before reaching file descriptor limits. ePOL, however, scales beyond 100,000 connections with constant time event notification, offering a 3 times throughput gain over thread per connection models. This understanding aids in making informed decisions for efficient server design. Load testing your async server involves simulating multiple clients to evaluate performance. Use Asyncio to open connections and send test messages. Monitor key metrics, requests per second for throughput, latency percentiles for response times, connection failure rates, memory usage, and CPU utilization. These indicators help ensure your server handles real-world traffic efficiently. Blocking operations and callbacks undermine asynchronous input-output. Use asynchronous alternatives or thread pools for central processing unit tasks. Always unregister sockets before closing to prevent errors. Check send, return values to handle partial sends. Set buffer size limits to prevent memory exhaustion from slow clients. Implement strategies like message dropping or rate limiting for excess data. Ensure production servers perform graceful shutdowns to prevent data loss. Use signal handlers to manage shutdowns, unregistering and closing server and client sockets. This approach ensures resources are released and clients can reconnect smoothly. Implementing this strategy is crucial for maintaining server stability and reliability in production environments. Deploy Django with an ASGI server like Daphne, Uvicorn, or Hypercorn for async views and WebSockets. Use Redis or RabbitMQ for channel layers to enable horizontal scaling. Configure Nginx for WebSocket support, handling TLS termination and load balancing. Monitor connection counts and latency, scaling horizontally by adding ASGI server workers. Selectors enable efficient multiplexing by handling multiple sockets in a single thread, achieving high concurrency with minimal overhead. Django 3.1 Plus offers robust async support, including views and ORM, object relational mapping queries, enhanced by Django channels for WebSockets. Effective state management, buffering, and backpressure handling are crucial for scalable async applications. Regular performance testing and monitoring help identify bottlenecks early. Explore Python Asyncio documentation for advanced async patterns and the Django channels tutorial for real-time features. Delve into Unix Network Programming by Stevens for protocol insights and high-performance browser networking for WebSocket optimization. Practice by building a multiplayer game server or a real-time dashboard. Mastery comes from creating real projects, enhancing your understanding of async socket programming.